As well, in Tompkins County tonight, BorgWarner employees are officially on strike. That is after 88% of the workers voted down the latest contract offer. Almost 400 union members walked out of BorgWarner, striking against the largest private-owned for-profit company in Tompkins County. One union member who wishes to remain anonymous said that they would continue to work in good faith, that even without a contract. That included a new contract, included demands of mandatory overtime. That is when workers of the 317 say that was the final straw.
We gave them a chance. We gave them a shot. We had 3 months to do it. They didn't want to do it, so they wanted to call our bluff, so I guess we showed them.
Teamster members are warning the community that the company's impact on the area, particularly financial. As mentioned, BorgWarner, the third largest company in the greater Ithaca area. Dwayne Wright, the Teamsters Local 317 principal officer, told 12 News, quote, the approximately 775 members are seeking fair and livable wages and affordable health care for all employees at the plant. Employees are refusing to concede cutbacks in their overtime rights and time off that they have had for decades. Negotiations are continuing with the company for a fair contract this week, end quote. At 6 p.m. this evening, we did mention workers shot down 2 contracts on Sunday night. We received this report from a BorgWarner worker, one that did not want their name to be shared. Since then, we have spoken with other BorgWarner employees. Those workers have told us that only one offer was shot down on Friday night. We have reached out to officials for clarification on this matter. This, again, though, a developing story, and we will have the latest information for you, and as soon as we have it, we will bring it to you. Please stay tuned to WBNG for any updates.